I'll be having the best of luck with this. I swear to God I do. I swear to God. But you know what? I'm going to get my messages out anyway. And that's how it normally go when the divine allows the ancestor and spirits to assist you to see certain things. Shit normally fuck up for no damn reason. You know? So anyways, they fucked with, they went the wrong way and found out spirit was real. Okay? This parental who like to play games. Okay? That's gay. This parental that's gay or childish or confused about their life or their sexuality or their reason for breathing. Yeah. Clarify this 8 of Wands. Forward movement for these copycats. See? Copycats. Yes, forward movement for these copycats. That's what we're talking about here. You know, the copycats that wanted to play or be spiritual that's not spiritual. Or they thought they was God and they wanted to be, or they wanted to control something. But I heard it was doomsday. It's cold. So, clarify the Tower. Yay! Again. So whoever went the trickster's path that knew that that they was going the wrong way because they know spirit is real, they didn't follow their intuition, yo. They did not follow their intuition. Intuition is your better judgment. Intuition is a voice from your higher self. Yeah, they could mix schizophrenia up with spirituality, but one thing's for certain is spirituality and schizophrenic. They do mimic. But with spirituality, with intuition, you go with what's more logic. You know what I'm saying? I can't say if a schizophrenic hear things. I don't know. I'm not schizophrenic. What I do know is I'm a divine being and I'm spiritual. And I see and I hear and I feel and I smell. Clarify the Hangman. They can't do emotional manipulation on nobody. Well, Spirit, that's the truth. No emotional manipulation. Yeah. So when they got caught or they had to surrender, they had to stop their emotional manipulation. You know, these copycats that didn't follow their intuition. You know, and I say these because before I had counted like up to 8 or 7 people out here. After one soul. So y'all tried to destiny swap. Impersonation with the trickster's path and the spirit waters also gives me destiny swap, and it fails. It failed. It failed. That's what, yeah. Clarify the 4 of Swords. Somebody ain't scared. Somebody who they didn't have fear when they did this. It's not that they're not scared, because they are. But when they did it, they thought they was popping. They was so energetic and like they was like, I don't know, bro, but they didn't follow intuition and they followed the trickster's path bold. They say fear reverse, right? Clarify the 5 of Cups. They in grief because somebody got spiritual gifts that they can't pull manipulation on. Clarify the Judgment. Bare ass. Bare ass. Exposure. What can I say on there? Reveal. Excuse me. My ancestors. Yeah, that's the truth. That's confirmation because there's nothing under the sun that I've ate that'll make me have flatulence. Clarify the 2 of Pentacles. So we exposed this demon. Because I say Earth Angel reverse. Angel Spirit God in reverse. So we expose a demon. Somebody that's not guided spiritually. Somebody that's... we expose it. And that's to bring balance. So it's about to be a little more peace out here on the 3D, just because the people that are spiritually awoke, we need a peaceful environment to help this world go, because we gotta be spiritually, but we're spiritual beings, but we're having human experiences, if you know what I mean. So some people might look at us like we weird or quirky, or they might call us whatever, because we different. So people want to do things to try to trigger or trip. And like, what's sad is with God's special chosen, you could throw darts, but they won't touch. You know what I'm saying? Or you could put somebody through it, and they won't look like or smell like what they've been through. I was looking at a picture of myself today. Me and my husband, we went to Hawaii a couple years ago. And a couple years ago, I was 2 years clean. Well, 4 years ago, I was 2 years clean. That was one of the best things I ever did for myself. I took myself out of my norm for a celebration, because I've never been celebrated before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people always wanted to overlook me, but the things I do and the things that how I show up, it makes them remember me. Right? Clarify the 6 of Wands. It's victory and success for this lover. Or it could be a Gemini. Clarify this 3 of Cups. Yeah, they got caught for being greedy, and whoever caught them is this person has spiritual gifts, and this person is not helped leading them to the light either. They got left because of their greed, and now they can't be greedy because they got caught. That's the only reason why they are in grief, is because they got caught, right? Clarify this 4 of Wands. Yeah, this lover ran. This lover that exposed them, that's not scared of them because they didn't use their intuition, that they tried to emotional manipulate, this person ran. And this person avoids this person or this group of people, because again, I counted like 7 people initially out here after a person with spiritual gifts, right? And these people are in their head because they got caught and they can't emotional manipulate nobody. So whatever these people told the law, they told the community, they done told their families, they done told their whoever they done talked to about this spiritual being that has nothing but love for people. None of it, the projections, none of it, the projections, everything went back to these people, man. When I say everything went back, this person that ran for their stability, this person ran so they could get stable, because these people was knocking this person off their kilter. They purposely tried to mislead a real spiritual being down the trickster path. But this spiritual being was woke. Right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. It's over for these fake people, boy. Superficial, pretentious. I can't pronounce nothing, but they should have paid attention when my ancestors had me singing. Danger. Danger. Get on the floor. The niggas right here. That was my Uncle Boo's shit. I was Uncle Boo's baby. Hee. Yeah, he here. He a part of the motherfucking ancestral family. Clarify this 10 of Wands. It has ended and finished and better for worse. They had each other's back because they lied. So they got these 10 of Swords because they liars. Huh? They've been exposed as liars. As the liars that they always been. They've been exposed for having people search people's profiles. They've been exposed for hiding behind profiles. They've been exposed for throwing rocks and they live in a glass house. It's doomsdays for these people. That's just ice. Because they ain't changed, bro. They ain't changed and they ain't gonna never change. They ain't changed and they ain't gonna never change. They're gonna always be a liar. Like, not only that, when I see this trickster path and the spirit waters and impersonation in reverse, somebody wanted to be someone else. A copycat. A copycat. So, a copycat could be a sister. It could be a brother. It could be your friend. It could be somebody you work with. And fuck, it could be the way the world is now. It could be someone that you don't even know. Because our whole life is public. And they also use projection. I'm going to give y'all an example of projection. Oh, you think you better than I am. I don't think I know I'm better than you are because you just told me how much better that I am than you. Or you think you got it like that. No, I'm just not out here asking nobody for anything. So again, or I'm your friend and I come over to smoke with you and your nigga there, but you want to act funny because your nigga there. As if I want your nigga when you know I have a whole fucking husband. You know what I'm saying? So this projection and that corruption and that bribe with this third party, yeah, that was a setup by spirit. So they thought they was setting this person up who they wanted to be. How do you want to be somebody else, bro? Who they wanted to be. I guess they met Hyoka. Right? What the ancestors got to say about this shit, man? The ancestors is observing. Yeah, observation. The ancestors are sitting back and watching the choices that people are making. Yeah, the choices. Yes or no. Yeah, it's all a choice, baby. You know that. You know that. Yeah, you need to self yourself and observe. Yeah, these people should have saved themselves. They should have went within. Self-preservation to me is going within. You know, I had a reality check when something happened to me. I had a reality check. I don't know about nobody else. You should have a reality check when you have a spiritual awakening. Yeah. Change, self-preservation. You gotta change so you can preserve yourself. You know, like that shit y'all buy in the jar at the grocery store, smokers. But you only need some strawberries and some sugar and some Cairo syrup and let it sit. That's all you gotta do. Make your own jelly. Yeah. I changed because I'm sovereign. Or somebody changed because they're sovereign. Change your appearance. Somebody changed their appearance because they sovereign. Yeah. So when you sovereign, that's status. Sovereign status. Sovereignness. Up there. Sovereignness. Up there. Untouchable. Unreachable. I want to shout out to Amethyst Rose. Thank you for my shirt. My shirts. Thank you. Because we always going to make it make sense. If people look at us and be like, oh, she crazy. Like, no, Spirit is clocking that bitch. And no, you about to get exposed for fucking with me. Alright. Clarify this impersonation, reverse Spirit. What the ancestors got to say about this? Shine. So the people who went down the trickster's path that, you know, that knew, that was aware of how Spirit worked, that was faking, that wanted to be somebody that shined. They thought that was going to give them life, you know, because they wanted to energy harvest, you know. Clarify copycat. Labor, right? Copycat. Forward movement. So, the forward movement for this copycat who didn't follow their intuition, you know, this person at work, or this person that works, or this person that did work, they caught. Excuse me. Confirmation. Clarify. Intuition reverse. You didn't use your brains. You didn't use your brains. If they would have followed their intuition, they would have been forgiven. So that means to me, because Spirit is saying, if they would have followed their intuition, because their intuition is in reverse and they're in the tower, right? If they would have followed, so the moment they found out, or the moment that they felt like this is wrong, they should have stopped. Because then Spirit would have been able to forgive them, right? Spirit would have been able to forgive these people, right? So, but since they didn't, they don't have they can't create. Because they don't know how to love. So they can't create. They can't bring nothing, because Spirit says anything these people bring is dead. So if you have to watch your energy. Like, Spirit don't give names, but it gives energy. And it's just basically we out here to warn y'all to protect y'all's energy at all costs. And one way you could protect your energy at all costs is keep a bowl of salt around you. In the Bible, it tells you what the salt is for. It absorbs negative energy. But if you in a negative space in your life, then don't do it. Because you're just stirring up shit in your house. Right? Clarify emotional manipulation in reverse. Like, somebody can't use their words, or somebody can't get over on people the way they used to because they've been exposed. Yeah. This person who was using manipulation in reverse, who's caught, they didn't see things clearly. They didn't see things clearly. They didn't. This motherfucker didn't see the red tape. How you didn't see the red tape? How you don't see the red tape when that shit's ugly as fuck and it's red as fuck and it's just bright? Like, I miss yellow, but I never miss red. I never miss red. I always miss yellow. Yeah. Spirit's telling this queen, this arcana, to do nothing. You want to know why Spirit? Because Spirit got that baby. Spirit got that queen. Yeah. Clarify Spirit reverse. So this Four of Swords is the rest, right? It say rest, respite, reflection, abundance, recharge, and restoration, right? And fear reverse, right? So this person wasn't scared to rest. They ain't come to play. Whoever this spirit is, this person that has spiritual gifts, they ain't here to play. They ain't here to play. I wonder if y'all read the story in the Bible where Jesus' brother was trying to get him to do something or to go around some people that didn't like him, but Jesus intuitively knew. And Jesus told him, you can, not for me. Those words is, I'll write it in my, because I wrote it down because I thought that was very important for me. You know what I'm saying? So God knew. Spirit knows. Right? Clarify spiritual gifts. I hope y'all got your table and your altar in your house for your ancestors. My spirit team said, we forgive you, but we ain't here to play. This shit is entertaining to us. If you know anything about family, real family, even after death, they're going to stick with you. That's your set. That's your gang that God blessed you with. The people always going to ride or die for you. Even the ones that do the most, right? Even the ones that do the most. And the ones that do the most, they get casted out. You know, they get put in the sea. You know, in the middle of the sea where they can't call or get help. You know, because they have to go within. Yeah. So, CSA body, right? CSA exposure, right? CSA judgment, right? So to me, that means in the flesh. Right now, present, mind your business, drink your water type shit. Right now. So, because somebody shined at work, they didn't see the bigger picture. How forgiving and how faithful this person is, and that they don't play. And that since they wanted to play with this person's spirit and this person's spirit team, this person's ancestors feel like this shit is entertaining because my people been resting. So, and it's my privilege to drive the car and say nothing. Say nothing. Clarify spirit guides in the reverse. Somebody ain't protected. Somebody's body going through it. Ain't no talking. Ain't no communicating with this demon. Ain't no communicating with this demon. And that's to bring balance. This demon wants somebody to talk to, or the person that went against, or the person who's not divinely guided. This person went against the grain and went against spirit. Because again, they follow the trickster's path, and they know and knew the way, the truth, and the light. And they tried to copy somebody who's authentic. And they're not talking to this person. Why they're not talking to this person? Because Spirit exposed them as a liar. Spirit exposed them as inauthentic. Spirit exposed them. You know, you thought you was going to play in the Book of Shadows or whatever book or whatever game you thought you was going to play. And it's doomsday. It's my privilege to drive the car and I ain't got to do nothing. You know what conscientious is? Conscientious means? It's conscious. It's awake. I can't pronounce it, but it's awake. It's awake. And I have to do nothing but sit on my spirit throne. Or this person have to do nothing but sit on their spirit throne. Do nothing but shine. Everybody love me? Expectation reverse. Lover. Reward. Victory and success, this lover is not expecting. Yeah. I wasn't expecting. I don't think this person know, but I wasn't expecting shit. Because I just wanted people to get caught. Because, again, another thing that came to my mind today was, you know how when people get killed and they die by violence, like how the news and the world get notified? Like, what about the people that get attacked spiritually and end up dying that way? How many murders is really running around here? You know what I'm saying? Clarify gluttony in reverse. This friends group ain't innocent. And they can't be greedy. Yeah. They can't celebrate no more. They can't be greedy no more. And they ain't innocent. So, again, they've been exposed. We like that, right? Don't we, Spirit? Because we tell the truth around here. Clarify the runner. Remember? Remember? Remember what y'all did? Remember how y'all treated God's chosen? Remember? We're going to always make it make sense. Shout out to Amethyst Rose, but remember. Remember. Don't forget now. Don't forget. That's what Spirit's saying. This is for entertainment, and they're not here to play with you. Remember what you did? Remember? Remember what you did to the runner? Remember what y'all did? Y'all tried to affect the runner's stability, and now y'all escaping? Y'all trying to escape, but y'all caught? Remember? Yeah. Because y'all lied? Remember? That's what Spirit wants y'all to know, remember? That's just ice. That's cold. Just ice is served cold, but y'all want to hell. Y'all done already spent your last day in the light. Clarify the liar. This liar did this to feel wholesome. This liar betrayed to this group of friends to feel wholesome. Ruin. Liar. Wholesome. Also, this person that believed that they're wholesome, their lies ruined them. Yeah. Yeah. Because they didn't change. Because evidently, you know, be careful what you pray for. Be careful what you ask for. You know, whether if you call God Olarum, whether if you call him God, whether if you call him Father, Lord, Savior, Spirit, whatever you want to call God, divine, head honcho, my nigga, whatever you want to call God, just know, whatever you ask for, if you walking in the upright, you don't get what you asked for, right? So, he also know our intentions, right? He also know, right? So, when you ask for God for something, you make sure that your heart is pure for whatever you asking for. Because he gonna give you what you was asking for, but he already knew what you was about, right? So he sent you something that could tame that ass. Yeah, because you sat back and watched this person. Clarify adaptability, change, and adjustment in the reverse. Somebody ain't changed. Somebody ain't changed. They ain't gonna change. Somebody who tried to sacrifice. Somebody who this person didn't change got sacrificed by the person that they tried to deceive. They got sacrificed. See, so you tried to sacrifice one of God's babies. What the ancestors got to say about this shit? For this player. For this player. For this person that wanted to play this game. Yeah, because they had a plan. The objective for self-preservation. So, when I see self-preservation, and I see objective, so the plan was to get something from this person for you. Self-preservation. So you wanted to, so your objective was for you. You wanted to take something from somebody that is naturally given from God for you. Yeah, Spirit called you a witch, baby. Witch. So, you might be smart in esoteric knowledge. You might be. I'm not saying that you aren't. But what I'm saying, the shit that you do is not for the good. That's what I'm saying to you. You know? And again, I am going to shoot for this position. Which, yeah. Yeah. What we got? They tired. Somebody's tired. Exhaustion. Somebody's tired. Somebody who celebrated too soon is tired. Yeah. Because they're not innocent. This friends group. Yeah. So, they tired of this morality shit. Excuse me. We're going to go from the back this time. But we got to bang out. Because I got to put this up on my YouTube as a short. Because I'm trying to get my little 50 subscribers so I can put me at least like 1 or 2 videos out a week and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to keep spreading the awareness. Especially now that I'm out of this. Whatever was going on. Okay? Clarify martyr. Who the what? The sacrifice. And in the Bible, it talk about martyrs. Alright? Hold on. Let me check my deck. No? It's fucking decking it upright, right? It's decking it upright, right? The creator in reverse for this martyr and the source in reverse. Because they didn't change. And that's justice. So it gives me that you was praying, that you was talking to God, trying to walk, you was walking beside God, you were talking to God, but you wasn't listening. Because if you was listening, then you would have realized that he wasn't talking to you back. That's what you get for being fake, bro. Clarify mortar. You sacrifice your abundance, bro. You sacrifice your abundance. You'll sacrifice your ability to create. You'll sacrifice your willpower. You sacrificed your determination. You sacrificed your go-getter abilities. You sacrifice anything that can turn anything green or gold in your life. You sacrificed your fucking thumb. You dumb ass. Because you didn't want to change. Because you didn't follow your intuition. So again, we're going to always go back to a choice and a motherfucking chance, my niggas. Existence. That means this shit's real. You know, spirit do exist. You know, spiritual warfare do exist. You know, this shit do exist. I was born in 1982, and what I had before I woke up into my higher self, before I started living in the upright, I always wondered, why? And I never gave an answer. Well, when I woke up, I realized why. Because for one, God made me naturally sweet. Naturally sweet. So I wonder why everybody in my life was sour. Worse than lemons. Then my higher self and my spirit guides helped me sift through that, because that was an issue for about a year. And my spirit guides helped me to understand that nobody is the same. You have a job to do, whether if it's the same as the next person's or not. You have a job. Everybody got a job. But let me tell you, so back in 1982, right before I awakened, 98, that's when I was that's when I was born on this plane. In 1981, 1982, it was, y'all heard of the Nephilims, or the women was having sex with the angels. So in 1982, it's a scientific fact that the angels was here, and that was the last time they came here, and they dropped off a couple of babies. Okay. And so when they got these women pregnant, they was dead before the babies was born. Right? So God did a drive-by and a drop-off. And I was blessed to be one of them kids that he dropped off. Clarify, remember? Yes, I remember that, Father God. Yes, I remember that. They can't celebrate. The things this runner had to endure, had to remember, had to fight to survive for, they're not celebrating with nobody else. They're keeping that shit to themselves. They remember how they was mishandled and mistreated by God's people. Clarify, wholesome? Wholesome. These persons that wanted to feel wholesome, they're not going with the flow. What is the opposite of flow? Mountains? Obstacles? You know, this person that wanted to be wholesome, this liar that wanted to be somebody else, you know, that's facing ruins because they caused ruins. They didn't go with the flow of life. We understand that now, right? And that's why they're going to always be in the same round and round hamster wheel cycle of their life. So if they're battling addictions, if they're battling addictions, or if they got some traumatic shit going on, or if they have not attempted to heal or call on something higher than themselves, or if they still doing the same thing they was doing, my favorite number is 14, because it equals 5. 5 is change, right? So if they haven't changed, right? Because you gotta heal first, bro. You can't celebrate if you're not going with the flow of life. You're not gonna heal. You ain't gonna have no money. You ain't gonna have no abundance. Abundance don't always mean money. You can be rich in spirit. You can have a shitload of connections down here on the earthly realm in different areas of your life, or wherever you need somebody. You can always call somebody that work in that department. You can know a lot of people that is like-minded like yourself. That's abundance. You could be a teacher without a degree. You could be somebody who's living in a life purpose, who's actually showing people how to live. That's abundance. If you could share something other than butter, that's abundance. If you share something and don't feel like somebody owe you something, that's abundance. Clarify. Expectation in reverse. This rebel didn't expect this shit from this lover or this Gemini because they succeeded, right? So this lover or this Gemini succeeded, and this rebel, they wasn't expecting this person to be a rebel. So I resonate with this reading, and so I'm about to tell y'all another story. So my mother told me when I was born that she was doing all that hooping and hollering, but I was already born. She was only doing hooping and hollering because she remembered the pain she went through with my oldest brother, right? I'm child number 2 and I'm daughter number 1, you know, but I was already born. So that made my mom scared of me, right? She thought I was slick. I don't gotta be slick, baby. I'm connected to spirit. Y'all conjure me up. What you running from? Clarify. Innocent reverse. Okay, we're gonna do that again, because it was a lot. Clarify. Innocent reverse. Yeah. Y'all was playing. Y'all was playing. Y'all thought this was a fucking game. Yeah. This outsider who wanted to play. Yeah, with somebody that's wise. With somebody that's wise. Spiritually, though. They wanted to play with somebody that's wise spiritually. Make it make sense, my boo. Make it make sense, baby. Make it make sense. Because you can't trick the tricker, right? I just told y'all a story. My mom said that I was already born and she was doing all that hooping and hollering and shit. Make it make sense. Right? Make it make sense. You can't outbeat the sun when the sun shines. You cannot do that. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clarify this innocent reverse. Yeah, they should have followed their inner voice. Their inner voice is their intuition. They should have followed. These people that's not innocent, that can't be greedy no more, that's a friends group or a coven or a group of fat ass sisters or a group of gay ass brothers. They're not innocent because they didn't listen to their inner voice. Everybody was born with an inner voice. It's a song. I talk to myself. That song. People ask me why would I do what I do? Because I be talking to God. Right? Clarify body. Something in the flesh. This shit's going down. This exposure is present day time. Present day. Present day. So again, minimize your risk when you want to play with somebody's energy, or if you want to go over somebody's house, or if you want to go get some food from somebody. Watch yourself, because they could have poisoned it, or they could have put a hex on it. You know, they say, I learned this from my granddad. When I cook, I don't have a bad attitude or a bad spirit upon you, because that's what you feeding the people. You know what I'm saying? Clarify communication reverse. Hold on. I missed something. Clarify body. Something in present day. Traveling. They're getting this person who's exposed in the current, in the present, in the flesh, that's under judgment. They are experiencing supernatural experiences right now. Right now, because they wanted to be God. Yeah. And they're fighting their rebirth. Again, it was source and God in reverse. Creator in reverse. Clarify communication reverse. Beyond delusion. I told y'all. Letting it go. They gotta let it go. Real spiritual work. You can't, if you playing in the book of shadows and trying to target God's people, baby, you ain't gonna be able to make it. And whatever God did let you do, you should have listened to your inner voice and haunted yourself. You should have kicked that emergency brake down on your fucking life. You sure should have. Because now, you ain't got no communication with the beyond. Nah, and that was to balance it out. So where do you think your gifts went? The Bible told about the transference of energies, baby. Let me look it up for you. Let me look it up for you. The transference of energies, baby. Let me look it up for you. Yeah. See, because I don't want y'all to... Because remember I told y'all, fact check, right? Fact check. Always fact check. Transfer of power in the Bible. Spirit talks about this in the Bible. So let me tell you. Let me read it to you. The Bible portrays the transfer of power as a key thing, showing that it's as a divinely orchestrated process where authority shifts from one leader to another, emphasizing God's ultimate control. the need for preparation and accountability to him. Yeah, baby, thank you. Thank you for the transference of that. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Verify play reverse because this baby's ancestors ain't here to motherfucking play. They done woke up their recent ancestors, yo. Play reverse. They get nothingness. Nothingness in reverse. It's about everything. It's about everything. Nothingness in reverse. It's about everything. They getting judged for everything. That they wasn't scared. You know, yeah. Or this is the spiritual. It's on top of the spiritual. Okay, the person with the spiritual gift that laid this to rest. That's not scared of the ancestors. And they have everything. Because this person rose with the ancestor. So again, you never know what God got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't lost their mind. They didn't lost their mind about this person with spiritual gifts. Clarify entertainment. You know, the ancestors ain't coming to play. And this is entertainment. Isolation in reverse. Entertainment, right? Spiritual gifts, right? Grief and sorrow. So somebody's sad because somebody's spiritual gifts brings and it's coming out. Somebody's sad that spirit is coming out of this person with spiritual beings. Somebody's sad. I don't know what for. Don't be sad. Be glad that God sent something here to help raise the vibration of the collective. Yeah, this miser. Yeah, y'all know what a miser is? Let me look it up for y'all. Because some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all don't. I'm not calling y'all dumb, but y'all ain't smart. Someone who hoards wealth and is extremely reluctant to spend money. Often living in poor conditions to save every penny. Are you serious? So it was a miser that came after somebody with spiritual gifts. They won't forgive. But Spirit already forgave them. But they didn't use their intuition or they used it too late. I don't know if there's such thing as using your intuition too late, but I know you could miss your blessings because you don't answer the phone when it rings. Clarify. Perception reverse. Yeah, they didn't want to see things other ways or the right way. You know, these motherfuckers got a new vision. You know, because they got called out for being lazy. And outside of reverse, this is somebody in the inner circle. Playfulness, somebody played. Yeah. But the person who perception was skewed about this manipulation that's caught, they seeing things from a new view. They seeing things from real eyes. You know? They want to grow up now. But it's too late. Because Spirit ain't playing with them. Excuse me. That was immature. Clarify labor. They can't compare this spiritual work and this work of this copycat moving forward. They cannot. Moving forward, they cannot. So this dirty bitch that was trying to suck everybody's energy because she chose to lay on her back and fuck everybody for $20 and all three hoes, the energy is not misconstrued. We don't look the same at all. This bitch didn't want to let go. You can't hold on to something that ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? Now, since people know what was being done behind the scenes, right? So guess what? Since what you was doing is out in the public, guess what, my dear? Ain't nobody gonna save you when you start getting beat up. Clarify, Shine. This person that's shining, that they couldn't copy, that followed the spirit waters, that didn't go down the trickster's path, this person that's shining, this person is tired of them trying to, you know what I'm saying, and don't want to compromise. This person is tired of them. This person is tired of them. I don't know how this person talks to the universe, but I talk to the universe just like I talk to you. And guess what I told the universe? I'm sick of these bitches. I did. I sure did. And guess what? I woke up this morning and I heard all types of shit. It's doomsday and it's cold. Anybody that wanted motherfuckers out in the cold. The book of Psalms tell you something about the motherfucking bad words, how words are spells. You know what I'm saying? This is what's happening now. What's happening in existence. So, if you ain't, the Bible is just one of the spiritual texts. Jesus, where was he at from, what was it, 12 to 33? Do y'all know where he was at? He was somewhere learning how to meditate, learning how to manifest. He wasn't born knowing how to do it. Somebody had to teach us all. He just got blessed with the right group of people. Right? So, again, be careful where you allow your energy to flow. Because wherever you let your energy flow, whatever's going on in that energy will bite you too. So, watch for the red tape. Not the red flags. The red tape. When I tell you my spirit rings alarms, I literally hear this sound. When I meet somebody new and their spirit is not pure. So, if anybody that you ill will and you always wonder, like, if they got their karma, I'm here to tell you, my dear, yes. And it's going to be for a very long time. Ain't no coming about it. I want to say this karma cycle is going to be about 10 years. So everything that they built up, they will, everything they built up with nefarious reasons, ill intent, everything that they built up to this point is going to crumble. You know, when I say it's going to crumble, it's going to crumble. You know, Whitney Houston said it best. She said she didn't know her own strength, right? And I resonate with that song because Whitney came a long fucking way, just like I did, right? And all the things that God carried her through, the people that she met, the love that she gave and didn't receive it back. Despite it all, God carried her and she talked about God. In addiction, out of addiction, while she was getting sober, whatever. So what you think happened to herself? It's not hard to figure that out by the actions of somebody who's working from this earth now. But half of us don't know our own strength. I do know I got the strength of a rhino, an elephant, and a motherfucking barracuda. Try me. Now, when it comes to this spirituality shit, don't play in the dark arts. Especially if you don't know. You'll know if you're a spiritual being because your spirit will let you know. Reflect over your life and see how you've been treated. And see how you treated people, even the ones that did you wrong. Okay? So be mindful of allowing your energy to go places or entertain. Be mindful. Just like somebody just called my phone right now, right? This person has not called my phone in almost a year. Only time they call my phone is when they want $40. I will never forget that. So, be mindful with what you entertain. Alright, I'm out because I gotta put this somewhere else. So y'all have a great day. And watch the words you say out of your mouth. Because if you say bless, you're saying be less. If you're saying good morning, you're speaking bad things into your life. Because what's good about morning? You say grand rising. Or you say what's up. Because ain't no good in no morning. It's sorrow. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Words hold power. So watch what you say. Don't shake hands with everybody. Because it's always a transference of energies. Alright? Be up. Be real. Let me tell you about the transference of energies real quick. Right? I'm about to read it to you again. The Bible portrays the transfer of power as a key theme, showing it as divinely orchestrated process where authority shifts from one person to another, emphasizing God's ultimate control, the need for preparation, right, and accountability to Him, right. Seen in examples like Moses to Joshua, Elijah to Elisha, and Jesus to his disciples, even involving spiritual impartation. Impartation, that means they practice spirituality. Jesus did. Okay? So, when y'all want to come for somebody who work on this side or do things on this side in a positive way, read your text. Your people did it too. You know what I'm saying? These transitions aren't just political, but spiritual, signifying new eras, liberation from darkness. Colossians 1:13 equals 5. Change, right? The spiritual, and the continuation of God's purpose through His chosen agents, highlighting God's faithfulness. Now, the people that did injustice to you, they getting theirs, and it's coming for about the next 10 to 12 years. Okay? So, during this 10 to 12 years, you should sharpen your spiritual skills, because they're going to try to find multiple ways to try to be God. You know what I'm saying? What about the time when the devil didn't want to, do the choir, and he was like, God, how you going to give the people, access, but you ain't giving it to me. And God was like, my nigga, I knew your thoughts. I knew how you felt when I knew it. You was jealous of my people. So jealousy is a thing. Mind your business. Transference of energies. So the way you show up in the world is the way you want to go out, right? The 12 laws of the universe applies to every spiritual text. The 12 laws of the universe applies to every spiritual text. And just know that it's only one Olorum. I don't care what you call Him. It's only one God. One God for everybody's life. And you stay up, stay one, and stay, be big and be easy.